Good morning to my brother Teddyson John, all the way in the sweet island of St. Lucia.
Morning.
Morning, my brother.
Morning, Teddyson. Morning, family.
At 11
Morning,
o'clock
my
every
brother.
day, we do a Spanish phrase. We try to educate the soca listeners on the
Okay.
Espanol now.
Okay.
You understand? So we just give them a little Spanish phrase of the day. So, what was the Spanish phrase of today?
So once again, guys, today's Spanish phrase is "Cómo vas a llegar?" That means how are you getting there? Okay. So we just try to give them words that they could use regularly. Teddy, you understand?
I check you.
No, just regular small talk. Nothing big, no fancy, no literature. Just small, basic conversational Spanish. If you're in a country, you could communicate. You wouldn't starve. You understand?
I check you. The essentials.
Facts. So once again, guys, Spanish word of the day, como vas a llegar? And without no further ado, Team Soca chat room, we got Teddyson Johnson, live in the room.
Morning.
What's the word, my brother?
Yeah.
How is the family first and foremost during this pandemic right now?
Everybody's okay. Everybody is. I can say that we're doing well over here. Just getting more closer as a family, because I think this is one of the things that COVID, allowed everybody to do, to get close to their loved ones. So everybody's okay. Can't complain. We're in good health and good strength.
Amen.
Togetherness is definitely one of the byproducts of this whole situation going on here. So.
Yeah, man. Real talk.
So we have the man Teddyson John here live on TeamSoca.com. So my brother, what have you been up to during this pandemic?
During this pandemic, it was, if I have to be honest, when everything just started to happen, I was in a strange place. I think we were all in a strange place of just trying to figure out, like what the hell really going on, because it's really, we've never been through something like that. It's been history. Yeah, so we've never been through something like that. So it's been, we were like in uncharted waters. So I had that point where it was crazy for me, and just trying to figure out my next move and what I'm going to do and how I'm going to, survive and take care of my family, because, this is our industry and this is what we do.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
So we had to figure it out quick.
Yeah, so it took me a couple of months to figure out. I still don't have everything, laid out. I mean, we still figuring shit out along the way.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, we still working it out along the way. But I can tell you one thing: music has been my comfort. It's been my comfort. Even I went through a process where the creativity was even hard, because in these times, as a producer or even writers or even, anybody, your mindset in producing music, in what to put out, how to put out what, just that whole creative space can be a little rough. You understand? So I allowed myself to go through that. And then while I was going through that, there just had a lot of projects and different things that I wanted to do that, I got to do. You understand? The first of them is an entire album,
Wow.
11 songs. And it's actually I think it's going to be the first of its kind, because it's an entire soca acoustic album. You understand?
11 tracks that way, Teddy.
Yeah. So what have you is that a lot of the songs that you may be familiar with or not, everything was redone.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah,
Everything was redone.
We did this track here. The Land of Wine.
Oh no, that was not in it. That was
Oh,
not
okay,
in
okay,
it.
okay.
That was
Let's
not
check.
in it.
Let's check.
You see, that's to show you
Yeah.
Spice. There's a lot of music that I did before that people may not have known, and
But
because the truth is,
I
people.
just make sure and educate them on
That's
big
true.
tunes.
People got to know me from a lot of people really got to know me from Ali,
Yeah,
you know.
mhm.
But I was there from 2007 was my first, soca song, but a lot of people got to know me from basically Ali. So everything that I did before, it was not really stuff that people really knew about. So there were some carefully selected songs, from my way past repertoire that we did. The beauty about it is that we did everything live. It was live band, live instrumentation, live background vocals. It's nothing where, you go in a studio. A studio can make a horse sing. You understand?
Mhm.
And make a donkey sing nice. So we had live, female background vocals. It was a beautiful project that we put together that I'm very excited, about. And from there it's just some I started to get inspired in a different way with the kind of music that was coming out. That's where songs like I Pray came from. Because the truth is, as much as we love soca music, we understand what's happening in the world. You understand? And I wanted to give people something that can, bring them out, or remind them, you understand, of true inspiration in spite of what they go through. So some certain different songs that I did had to change. The message had to change. There are different things I had to change. There's another song that I have coming out really soon, and this one is called Back to Love, Back to Basics. And
I just
and
want to know when
and
it coming out. That's all. I want to
uh,
know when it coming out. That's all I want to know.
it, it
Because
it it
we just talk
it comes.
almost every day. I just want to know when I could just release and let the people know.
I know
Get back
Spice
to
excited because Spice heard it. When Spice call you, when Spice call you, I think Spice only got the intro, and Spice called me.
I just got the intro. You understand?
Yeah.
Spice, 1 second there. I need you to check something.
Yeah. Check anything there.
All right, good to go.
But yeah, I just got the intro. I just heard the intro to that song, and it was a rap. You know?
I think it's one of the realest songs too, because the truth is, okay, what has COVID taught you? Spice, what has COVID taught you?
It taught me that there were different angles that I have to look at this business. You understand? In terms of if I can't travel, and
Yeah.
I usually do. You understand? I have to make
Yeah.
sure that I have the plan B, the plan C, the plan. You
Yeah.
understand? I have
Yeah.
to have different plans in place. So
And that doesn't boil down to actually spending time with yourself and trying to figure out.
Yes,
You
it should.
understand? Spending time or deciding to have the right people around you that can influence your decisions forward.
correct.
Your family, your circle.
Most
Night, what has it done for you?
boy, it brought me so much closer to the family because you know that we on the road 24/7.
Yeah.
So being home with the kids, you understand, being home with the family, it's just been wonderful.
Yeah. And that's what it is for me. Is back to genuine love. And back to the things that are important. There's a lot of things that we thought were important, you understand, but it's not. So I think where we come from, where we are right now is going back to the things that made us who we are and the things that we forgot along the way. So that's where the song came from. And like right now, I'm spending time. I'm spending time with my family, my brothers, all of us. We only used to see each other as a family fully for Christmas and New Year's. And then sometimes on these days for the past couple of years, every New Year and Christmas, I'm probably out, on a hustle, but it just got a different thing. So we working on stuff, and I just had new inspiration for music. But I must say, music has been my go-to,
No,
in
well,
spite of.
my brother, Problem Child, said it best when he came out with his EP that music is the vaccine to this.
Yep, it is. It is. It really is. And I even got a greater appreciation for where I'm from, because I'm sure you'd love to be in a Caribbean island there right now.
What? You're talking like, yeah, sure.
You understand?
As soon as the border open,
Don't
look for me in New York.
Huh?
I said, don't look for me in New York. I'll go on.
I'm telling you. So y'all cannot travel though?
No, well, we could travel and thing, but we had to do
Not out the country. Local, domestic.
No, well, you could do a Mexico, a Cancun. You understand?
Uh-huh.
I think Barbados is open.
Okay. St. Lucia is actually open too.
Okay.
But what anybody that's coming in, would have to go through the protocol and the, the quarantine. Yeah. So I think a lot of people don't really do too much of the traveling, because if you come in somewhere for 1 week, most likely you have to spend 14 days in a quarantine. So, we are playing that around here.
We can't play that.
We can't play that around here. So we had to make sure everything.
Think about going through that right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what it is. But we missed a lot of things, but I'm just grateful that I'm able to be over here and just, that's just me.
Back to Love. So you have a name for this album that you're coming out with?
The name of the album is going to be called Caribbean Moscato.
Caribbean Moscato.
You had to drink a glass of wine when you listen to that album.
That is right.
Have you now?
That is right.
Have you, Teddy?
That is right. It's not too sweet. It's not too sour. It's just, you understand?
Smooth.
That is right.
Smooth.
You get it. You get it. And also it's a mixture. The album is a mixture of all my different influences, because I come from gospel, I come from jazz.
For those that don't know,
yeah,
from the church, you understand?
Yeah, so I can't hide that. I refuse to hide that. I refuse to act like it's not there. You understand? We called it Caribbean Moscato. My manager, and he was nervous to tell me, because I'm not a drinker. So he was like, Teddy, I made this girl listen, to the album, and she was like, that is like a wine and cheese. That is something that you can, chill out on the end. You can listen to it anytime, on a morning, on an afternoon, on a sunset, over dinner time. You check me over. You understand?
What?
It has all these different elements, to it, and all these different elements are elements, of what made me who I am today in terms of music. Yeah.
Right.
Now, well, when do you think this project will be completed so that the world can experience this thing?
The project is already completed. We just the project is already completed. The mix and master is already in hand. The artwork is already in hand. We just making sure, everything. We crossing the T's and we dotting the I's. Right. What I would love to make everybody know of, and what I'm going to explain to everybody. I really want people, or our mindset, to change the way that we support music by purchasing. I think it's a reason why soca is in the state that it is right now. Yes. Is because soca people, or people that love soca music, don't really buy soca music. The truth is that for a carnival season, you get all the songs out already. All the DJs have the songs, it plays in the party. So you may not think, okay, what's the point of you actually buying a body of work, because you can get it free, you can download it already, you can, but I believe with this project, it is very different. You understand? It is very, very different. And I think it would attack the taste buds of people in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Um, the reason why soca is in the state right now is in this stage right now is because we don't really have the numbers to support, digitally. You understand? And we don't have, this is a digital thing. You get that in reggae
Why
music.
do you think they don't support the soca music? Like how they support the R&B and the reggae and the different genres?
Because the truth is, you don't really get okay. And you see the mere fact that we have that seasonal thing. Also, it
Yeah.
feels like it's a seasonal thing. It seems like you have to every year you have to reinvent yourself. Every year you have to, you have to figure out. Okay, it's not. It doesn't even matter what you do 1 year before. You understand? You may have the biggest hit in the world, and
Right.
the next year people
No.
don't. You understand? It's
Right.
it's hard. So the mere fact that you have to reinvent, all the time leads to that as well. The mere fact that the songs play, on a regular, it's out on, it's in the parties, it's in there's no structure in place to be able to the only structure that we know basically is landing from gig to gig and doing go do show to show. But the back end of it is something that we never really took on seriously because for us, we thought there was nothing really there. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because the music is just readily available. I mean, they play it in the parties, we play it on the road, it's out on Julian's. You basically get, if you put out 9 songs for a season, you get all the 9 songs, for the season. You hear it already, so people will figure, okay, you understand? If I'm hearing it already, why actually go and buy the body of work? So I think in somewhat, if some of the things can be a little bit like exclusive where people don't, like you need to go somewhere to get that.
Right.
You
A
understand?
little structure.
A little structure. But then again, I think if the product speaks for itself, people will go.
Definitely.
You understand? And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to go that route. You understand? Because I think it's something different, and I think it's something people would appreciate. And $9.99 for me, if you support what I do, and if you love my contribution, you love soca music, any artist that has an album out, supposed to be able to get that support from their fans, from everybody. $9.99 is not a plane ticket. It's not even a ticket you'll pay to go into a club.
Small
It's
money.
not what you would pay to get your hair done. You understand? Some of us would spend more than that on a haircut.
But I
You
know what they
understand?
think. They're spending more than that on a ticket to a party.
Yeah.
Exactly. So all I am saying is that $9.99 at the end of the day, shouldn't put any dent, in anyone's pocket. Basically, if Spice has 100,000 people, on his Instagram, and Spice puts out a project, you understand, and we have to support the project. Everybody that is a fan of Spice supposed to be able to go over there, you
Yes.
understand, and support. And that's just that's what I think, and that's what I feel.
So what is good, Teddy? I don't want to cut you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, continue. What were you asking?
No, I just wanted to say, I mean, I've noticed this. Spice and I have spoke about this in the past. That I remember Spice.
Hold on 1 second, eh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spice was doing a whole. Again, guys, who are tuned in right now, just sending. Want to thank you for bearing with us, everyone that's in the Team Soca chat room. We had some technical issues, but everything nice now. Teddy went and get a nice cold drink to moisten his throat because he did plenty
Infused,
stuff.
infused water. My daughter gave me this for Father's Day, so I put my infused water in it. So it's cucumbers in the bottom. Overnight. It's nice.
You see, guys, Teddy is also living healthy just like us, so we definitely appreciate that. Okay, infused cucumber water. That's what
Yeah.
Teddyson John is drinking in the morning. But anyway, Spice and I were talking about that same situation back when he was trying to push and get soca music as a genre in Apple Music, and I'm wondering. Why is that so difficult? And now I'm listening to you, and then I remember me also having a conversation with Problem Child a while ago, and I remember him bringing up a very important point, and you just also mentioned it, that a lot of soca artists, current soca artists, don't do albums.
Mm-hmm.
And
We so caught up. Here's what we caught up
like
in,
you
right?
said, because you focusing, everybody's focusing on, yeah, let me get my little 2-3 tunes out for the carnival season so I could go
So
on
to
the
make a,
10,
okay, that's right.
so I could
We
get
focus
shows. And after
that.
if they get a, whether it's a mediocre song or a hit, they getting bookings. So they're not they're not studying studio.
So we basically satisfied with just that.
Right.
Every year, the height of our expectation is
Carnival.
looking to get that hit.
Yeah.
Looking to get that hit. So we
Yep.
do everything just to get that hit. That hit will bring in the Jamaica Carnivals, the Bermuda, the New York, Miami. So we are satisfied with just going around that circuit. Next year, come back and do the same shit all over again.
Start all over
All
again.
over again.
And
So,
they said the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and expecting
That is
different
right.
results. So
That is right.
in order for one soca music to become a category in Apple Music, a lot of things have to change.
Mm-hmm.
I feel artists should not only just focus on putting out tunes for Carnival, they should focus on just putting out music, period, working on establishing.
But here's this, right? Here's this. The mentality of the artist and the mentality of the consumer needs to change.
Also.
Mm-hmm.
It works hand in hand. It works hand in hand. If us as artists, because it's a developing thing for me, even because the way I came into it before, it's different to how I think about it now. Mm-hmm. You understand? So it was a growth and development for myself, right?
Right.
So hence the reason why I wanted to do a body of work. There's not enough bodies of work, out there that can constitute or allow us to be, a genre. It cannot work. One person cannot do it alone.
No, right.
Calypso Rose can do it alone. Marshall can do it alone. Destra can do it alone. Galen can do it alone. Now, if everybody as a collective, and not only that too, if all of us sing the same song when it comes to support, if everybody's singing that same universal language about what it is we want the consumer to do, or our fans to do, is to support what we do. Everybody has to be singing the same song. It cannot be only one set of us or one set of people doing it, and the other heads not, because everybody's content in pretty much what they do. Correct. You understand? Mm-hmm. So I believe it goes. I believe it goes hand in hand. I also believe the product has to be of a standard that people will want to gravitate to it.
I just lost my train of thought. Darn, I had a good one too. I had a good one. Go Spice.
Big up to the team Soca chat room. Someone said, Thomas said all the record labels need to petition Apple.
And then someone also said, are there any established soca record labels?
Yeah, there's a
that's
Fox News, right?
The Fox uses a distribution.
Right,
I think everybody trying to get their own distribution. I think it's just everybody's on a personal hustle right now.
Yeah. Yes.
You understand that we cannot see the picture of everybody coming together to do it, because everybody's on their own individual hustle.
I have my train of thought came back now, and I remember what I was going to interject and say. So now, that being said, with everybody on the same hustle, I said you also mentioned that the artists need to come together. But what I kind of see is that the artists that are the only time you really hear artists talking about we need to push and work together is when those artists are not on top.
I know, right?
And because we're all going, I see you start shaking your head because you catch my flow.
Because I know exactly what you. I know
when
exactly
the ones on the top ain't screaming that, because they're happy. They're getting bookings, they flying everywhere, they're getting shows, so they don't care about no soca music genre.
True.
Because they're getting their paycheck anyway, and people like you who may not be getting as much bookings in them. You're putting out music and your music is not selling, so how do you eat? And then again, they getting all the shows, so they don't care about no genre.
I know. And your point is sad, but your point is the truth.
Because if it was a switch now, right, and they wasn't on top anymore, then they would start to talk about, boy, we need to push this genre.
But that's to show you. That's to show you is you can see somebody's self. And you can see somebody, you understand? I think all of us smart enough to see, and all of us smart enough to know but it doesn't. It means that we just have to be able to change we have to come out of that mindset, and that's what I think. We need to come out of that mindset. I think in soca music, everybody got their people come together. They come together. They have their circle. Everybody got their own circle. You understand? They got their crew. There's people in the industry. Okay, I am much more closer to. You understand?
Yes.
Than others, and you would get that. You know, you'd get that. Everybody have their circle.
Click.
There's no problem
Everybody
with
had a
that.
click.
You know?
Yeah, everybody had a family. Yeah.
Huh?
I said everybody had a click and a family.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think if there's a message of, let's say, the message of everybody being able to support, digital or buying or purchasing, I think it's a universal message. That is a universal message that everybody should, come on board and say, from the top down, from those on top down.
So
I think
with that said, right? With that said, when you register your album, right?
Yeah.
What would you be putting it in to the digital world as?
Wow, that's a good question. Right, yeah, currently right now, when you register your
like
music, Teddy, how do you register it?
Everyone, most of the music when you go in, let me say iTunes or one of them, like let me see if you look up one of the tracks now, it's soul or reggae or one of them.
Or the genre. Well, for me, it's between world,
right,
music. You understand? That's what we probably more looking at right now. World, like overall,
World
because
music, yeah.
Because it's not a reggae. It's not a reggae album.
No, it's not.
You understand? It's not that. It's sad that we cannot. We don't have something to put it underneath. Calypso is not there, right? No.
No.
You see, that's tough.
Nothing.
So even with stuff, even with stuff like hot and all these things, turn me on and all these things. But again, you have to look at that. These people did this individually. You understand? It wasn't a one body, an entire crew. It wasn't reggae. Come to think of it, right? Listen to me. Reggae is very unified.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Very unified.
Yes.
You ever see Chronics and Morgan Heritage in a war?
Nah.
Or Tyrus Riley, or everybody respects what everybody does, and they support each other, and they give. It's not hard. Them fellas are no there. You understand? There's no ego there. That's why reggae is doing what it's doing right now. Doors opening, and that's what it is. And it's tough. It's tough for an outsider. You understand? Or somebody doing soca music to come in on a reggae, because they are so sheltered with, they protect what they got, their origin. You understand what they got. So I'm just thinking is our mindset that we need to change our mindset. We cannot make decisions if the renewing of our minds are not there. That's just my take on it.
If you look up Turn Me On, 2003 reggae track.
What's it underneath?
It's on the reggae?
I have it on the reggae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. And just to clarify what Teddyson was saying, we're talking about reggae music, not dancehall. Reggae music, not dancehall, because the first thing people might say, yeah, but what about cartelling? That's dancehall.
Reggae.
That's not reggae.
Reggae.
So we're talking about reggae music, people. Okay, not dancehall.
Reggae.
The levels to it.
Yeah.
Just like.
But it's just my.
It's just my.
Yeah, it's just my thoughts. It's just my thoughts of it, and when I'm alone in my time, I think about it, and I think about why we're in this position, because we can jump high and jump low. We can scream now from until doomsday. It's not going to change unless we really decide to sing the same song.
Yes.
Like I had my quiet time. I was on Power 105 Sunday, DJ Nori, and I said, "Yo, I need to do something for the culture." Bam, bam, bam. TeamSoca.com. You understand? For the people, to see how we could uplift the culture. I brought in. I said, "I know the whole industry. Let me bring in my fellow DJs and let we network and build up the culture."
Yeah.
And
it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing. You know, it's an amazing thing that you're doing. I think all of us, when we start a project, we have to realize there's times that we need to probably even step up and up our game. You understand? And change how we continue to do things. Like for me, that's one of the things I wanted to do. That's why the album came out. I realized, okay, all right, people know Teddyson right now, you know, so let me push the bar. You know, I don't want to feel settled. I don't want to be, you know,
No,
just
you gotta
settled. Okay.
keep reinventing yourself.
Yes,
So,
yes. And I really didn't want to. I really did not want to stray away from who I am. There was a I. You may not notice, but I probably just started to accept who I am, or my contributions probably in the past 2 years, or more last year also. I probably started to accept, okay, Teddy, you're a singer, and that's what you do. Don't run away from it. Don't try to be don't try to be somebody that you're not. Yeah. Don't try to be some.
you gotta be yourself. You know,
Yeah.
and your partner over here, I go see it. You know, when I come down St. Lucia and I'm watching you on stage and I see, yes, boy. You understand?
You know where I come from.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Someone said also, someone in the room, one of the chat members again brought up the question of record labels, and I sit here and wonder. I mean, because we spoke about R&B and hip hop, and we know in those genres you have labels upon labels
Pushing,
upon labels,
yeah.
and then you have
Pushing.
the big companies, Warner and Sony, Atlantic, that are behind these guys, Universal. So my whole thing is, why is that not happening in soca music?
I think it's because of our mentality.
Nobody want to have no boss. Everybody want to own their own thing. But you
Yeah.
have to have structure. I always tell people, before you could be a general in an army, you have to be a private, because you have to learn. You know
We think we can do everything, and everything costs. Number one,
that too.
with these big labels, when they sit down, right, and they decide they put in money behind a project, or they push in a project, they're going to make sure things you cannot even do, on your own. You understand? They're going to make sure they have all that handled. We think we can do everything on our own, but the truth is that we can't. And then we are afraid to pay dues and give what we have to give. Our mind, it's
Yeah.
our mind.
It's like, let me give you a quick example. You see when Differentology came out and it blew up
Yeah,
in Europe, and then
yeah.
it came back to New York, I had to call VP and tell him, yo, all you have to promote Bungie like he's running for president, because the people don't know him. You understand? Because you, like you just said, the Caribbean artists are locked in to the song being big for Carnival, and they get here, there, and everywhere else. You understand? They don't know about
Yeah.
going out to New York and doing a tour and a radio tour. They know
Yep.
about that.
Well, I was now going to say, when you start talking about R&B and hip hop, they have an order. Not saying that soca music and soca artists don't, but they have
You're right. We don't. We
they
don't.
have hip hop and R&B and these other genres. They have an order. They put out their tune. And not to say that soca artists don't promote and them things, they do, but I don't know. To me, it just seems like when we try to do it, it's like a kind of backdoor, kind of side hustle kind of thing. And when they do it, it's everything is
Because
official and
because it is part of the plan for the record. It is part of the plan. If you putting out an album, and the management team is not only made up of the head manager, there's PR to go behind that,
yes,
there's A&R to go behind that, there's
yeah,
creative, there's everything. So okay, let's say I put out let's say a record label, gets that album, and they say, okay, all right, we're very interested and we see what can happen with that. I have to follow suit and understand what they bring into the table.
right.
Because the doors that they're gonna have, you understand, to get these things out is not a door I may have. You understand what I mean? And
Mhm.
then here's what we have to realize too. We have to pay for them doors.
That's a fact. Money. I
We
always
have
heard
to
you can't
we
go to war unless your money right.
Exactly. But let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that I figured out. You know where the majority of these big artists get their money from?
Private
Tours.
investors, tours.
Tours. tours, shows.
Right,
This is
for
where
the
the
soca artists,
if no, I'm talking about the
the big guys.
the big guys.
Yeah, because they don't really make much money on their record sales. Even though they're
That's
making
right.
sales, they make
That's
small
right.
money. The big money comes from the show.
You make small money on the sales because it has to go through all different channels.
A lot of
But
hands to get paid. Yeah.
on you want to make some money, you understand? They set up tours,
Yes.
sold out arenas. That's the only way you can get tickets to. I went to watch a Chris Brown concert and in Buffalo. And I wanted to go for purposes because I'm doing shows in St. Lucia, but I want to see how I can bring them things, to my events and try certain things. So I paid for like a VVIP. You understand?
Right.
That was like $375 for the ticket. You understand? I did it just because I wanted to. It was why everybody jumping and waving.
You want to experience it. Yeah.
And I am observing everything. So I observing from walking into the VIP, how the setup is. I walked everything. I check everything and I see what it was. You understand? But all I'm saying is that these guys, this is where they make their money, is off the tours. Don't look for everything at the end of the day. When these companies invest everything in you, they have to make their money back.
That's
so
right.
If they say, okay, they put in $3 million into a project.
They want to make back then.
That is $3 million that you as the artist do not have. So from number one, if they organize in your wardrobe, if everything is done for you and given to you on a platter, you have to be able to organize where you can, pay it back. But I just don't think soca artists or us, we reach to that level where we want to give people that full control, to do stuff. Because the truth is, yeah, you'll be in the front, but you're going to be broke. You ain't going to be, there's a lot of artists that in the front on the billboards and there's certain things and they broke. No money. And they're making no money.
Right. But they have the image, they have the
yes, they have the image. That's right. Yes, they have the image, but it will come in time. In time. In time. But all I'm saying, I think we want everything now. We want everything, So and that's what it is. But I think it's our mind. At the end of the day, if our mindset doesn't change, we'll just be going around in circles. We can scream now from doomsday, but if our mindset is not changed as artists and as Caribbean consumers or soca music lovers, I don't think it will go anywhere.
No, I open and I pray, as this song says, right? This song right here. I pray that during this pandemic, that level out the whole playing field.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that
you know the playing field level out, eh?
Yeah.
In fact, I told Spice that the other day.
Reset.
Yes. I said this pandemic has made everything like this,
Everybody at the starting line.
So it's a good thing, because if you wasn't ahead, you just get a push up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You just get a push up now. Now you not down here no more. You level now. You looking across. You're not looking up.
Yep.
You had to take advantage.
Crazy.
But I definitely believe you guys are saying the right thing. It takes a conscious collective effort.
Collective, yes.
Conscious collective effort.
It cannot be problem saying the same thing, I saying the same thing, you
and nobody else.
Nobody else not saying the same thing.
It have to be. And also too, I believe it shouldn't just be the artists. It should also be the consumers.
The consumer, you're right. That's why
the consumers, because you was one artist, but I'm sure you have 100,000 fans.
That's what I'm telling.
If you say one thing, and if all of your fans, your one fan send an email, that's 100,000 emails.
Exactly.
Imagine if you have 10 soca artists and 100, 1,000, all of their fans send one email.
Exactly.
A million emails.
Exactly. I think any artist that decides to put out a body of work soca wise, every single follower of that artist supposed to support. They ain't got no two ways about it.
Spice, boy, I think we're gonna have to really sit down, Spice, and really revisit that campaign that you had put together a few years ago. Remember?
We need to.
Especially now. And you know why now, Spice? Because again, back to the quarantine, a lot of distractions are gone.
Yep.
There's no more, I'm not saying no more parties, but it's not like before. People are not running to go out before because that was the
Yep.
distraction. People can't really
Yep.
focus on you coming out with this new or that new because so many other things is going on. But right now,
Yep.
everything kind of slowly but surely, you guys notice the distractions are coming back though.
But
So
yeah, the distractions are coming back. But I still think this time has allowed us to think. Look at the conversation that we have now.
yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes. Give us
we
plenty time to think, but I feel like
yeah,
now is a great time to kind of want to put that thing into initiative because we have a lot of people that's still not back to 100% of what they're doing. So people have time to. I feel like even with this is the reason why the whole situation with the George Floyd and all of that because there was nothing else to really look at. So people kind
yep,
of had to focus on it.
yep,
You know,
yep.
it's not no,
You're
oh, I
right.
ain't got no time for this boy. I run into this fet. Oh, I ain't got no time to this because I'm doing this. I got to fly here. Everything has slowed down. So it made us focus on the things that are more important.
That is right.
So everything.
You're totally right.
So can soca music, please, to the soca gods, I pray that the culture is expanded on the
Well,
world.
guess what, bro? I'm going to add to that.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to pray to the soca gods, but guess what we going to do too? We going to do we work because faith without work is dead.
It's dead.
So,
We
so,
can talk
you,
all what
so
we're
we going to
talking and not
pray,
moving.
we going to pray, and we going to work.
That's
Because
right.
we go pray and make sure we put God in it because when God in it go be good.
Love the attitude.
Okay, when God in it, it go be good. But
That's right.
we're gonna push that spice. We seriously gonna have we're gonna sit down with the boss lady. We're gonna talk and we're gonna even organize spice some of your artist friends to get involved because I just
Yep.
don't want it to be just you and Teddyson John. Every artist that we
Everybody,
know
if
in the
not
soca
everybody,
community, spice, we're gonna
everybody,
start it and we're gonna start this collective effort right here,
everybody. It's not
right
about
here.
me. It's not everybody. It's a universal message on behalf of soca.
Thank you.
And that is it.
Thank you. Because it's not about team soca, it's about soca music.
That's right.
And that's bigger than everything.
Yep.
You know, so Spice, we on that. We have an assignment, a big one, something that you started, and I am gonna help you finish. And as we go along, we're gonna get more people to help us because I see this happening. I see it happening. It's not hard, but
It's not.
we have to reach out to certain people and let it start somewhere. Because one thing I know, the Bible says it: you build it, and they will come.
That's right. I agree with you
Listen,
totally, bro.
Build it,
And
and
I'm there when you
John,
need me.
live on the box right now, teamsoca.com, straight from St. Lucia. My brother from another.
Thank you.
You understand? Big up
Thank
to
you
the
for
family.
having me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
thank you for coming, Teddyson. Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for having me. Yeah,
Look
man.
out for that new album. All right.
Very soon.
Very
Everybody,
soon.
I want everybody to follow me. Everybody on Team Soca, go follow me at Teddyson John, TEDDYSONJOHN. I got a lot of beautiful things in store for you. I want to thank each and every one of you for allowing me to do me and allowing me to be myself and giving me the opportunity. Spice, I want to thank you, you understand, and your whole team, you understand, just for allowing me, for the support. And,
Partner.
hey, boss lady, how are you, my girl? You're right there. I want a large shirt. These days I losing weight, so I taking extra large again. Yeah.
Way. That's that.
Yeah.
That cucumber infused water, now. It working.
It working. Yes.
It's large, you know.
So I thank everybody for that opportunity, you know, and I will continue to do my best to deliver quality music, you understand, to you every time. So follow me, you understand, at Teddyson John, everything at Teddyson John.
Teddyson John.
Posting Teddyson John's Instagram in the chat room. So you guys, please follow the brother, please, okay?
Yeah.
He's gonna be part of this collective movement. One of the first artists that I think I can actually say Spice. He's gonna be rolling with us to get soca music on
Easy.
Afro music.
You got me. Easy.
First artist confirm. First artist.
Confirm.
No, what
You got me.
I could confirm King Bubba because from that last interview,
That's a fact.
he told me personally that, you know, the vibe wasn't there, but after that interview, he got a new sense of energy. And I
So
just
you
got
see?
a new sense of energy.
So you understand what you bring?
Yeah. It's a vibe. You understand that we gotta keep pushing.
Yeah, man.
Keep pushing.
I there.
This week
Let's
culture.
let's make it. Let's not talk about it, but let's be about it. I'm down.
Thank you, Hawk. Once again, guys, the link to Teddyson John's Instagram is in the chat room. Hawk just posted it. Please follow the brother. Please stay tuned with more to come. This is only part one.
What's the name of the album?
Caribbean Moscato.
Yes, Caribbean Moscato.
So what I mean? So when you're doing your Moscato tour, that means you're gonna be sponsored by Moscato.
Let me tell you something.
So listen, wine companies, okay? We're looking for a sponsor.
No, that will be easy to get. That will be easy to get.
Wine companies, we need a sponsor for Teddyson John new album, okay?
That will be easy to get.
Look out, we got have your bottle on the graphics now, the album cover.
I'm telling you.
I see the posters in St. Lucia right now.
All that. Batidura, Moscato.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Definitely a pleasure. Thank you so much, Teddyson John.
Bless up.
TeamSoca.com again. Just want to thank you guys. Teddyson John live in the place. We got about 10 minutes to go. TGIF. Make sure you follow him on that Instagram, on social media. And again, you'll see more of Teddyson John coming up soon.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Wendy Miss. What you know about it from the Bahamas. Bigging up TeamSoca.com and the Soca Breakfast Club with DJ Spice and DJ Big Nito. Walk out for them. Walk out for them. Sexy ladies, we come up for them. Wine and give them confidence.